Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Yeah, buddy, that's right. Get exposure right now. Holler at the homie Paul Match, man, for Paul Match TV. Hit up Paul Match TV across all social media sites, alright? Who we got next?
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Paul Mash TV. I'm Paul Mash, of course, and as you just witnessed, we have a brand new theme song, and I hope you like it. Be sure to give me feedback on that because I love to hear what you think. We got a brand new show coming up for you right now, and we appreciate the feedback too. I mean, we get plenty of it, and we thank you for that. And if you're one of those that still haven't had a chance to do it yet, well, there's plenty of ways you can contact me. Be sure to click that subscribe button on YouTube right there. And you can reply to the interview itself and let me know what you think of it. I'd love to hear from you. And also you can email me. That's pmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And you can use that not just for fan mail, but you can use it for band or artist information and how to get on the show. And we'd love to hear from you there. And as always, like our official Paul Mash TV page at facebook.com/Paul Mash TV, of course. And just like the page, and you're welcome to inbox me or, message me on any of the interviews or topics we got going on. We'd love to hear from you there. And all that will be repeated for you at the end of the show during our closing credits screen. So that'll give you enough time to get a paper and pen handy so you can write all that down. So we hope to hear from you then. Right now from Sydney, Australia, we have a hip-hop artist named Mugsy. And just like all our artists here, he's very talented, and I think you're really going to like him. So we'll get to that in just a moment, but here's another quick word from Click Jam. Don't go away.
Does anyone know where Lou is? Anyone? Let's jam.
We're fabulous, nobody's doing for the crushed and the broken hearted. We're fabulous, nobody's doing 'cause we can and we just got started. Come on and bang.
Well, hello again, and it's time for interview time. And from Sydney, Australia, we have Mugsy. Thanks for joining us, Mugsy.
Hey man, hello from the future, Sydney, Australia, the Harbour Bridge, the Opera House, the Hugh Jackmans and the Crocodile Dundees, and the Finding Nemos as well, man.
Yeah, I hear you, buddy. Well, I ask this question a lot because everyone has their own story, obviously, because everyone's an individual. Why don't you tell us a little bit about why you decided to become a musician? I mean, I'm sure it's an interesting story. Well, let's hear your story on that, though.
Yeah, man. So I'm 28, but I started doing hip hop music and getting into the culture of it when I was 14. So roughly the early thousands, man. And before I fell into this community of hip hop music, I was kind of like the outcast kid throughout high school. I used to get punked and bullied a lot, and I was very introvert, very shy and stuff. And a lot of my peers and people around me were doing stuff like in their life, whether they were going to like planning to go to university or get careers and stuff. And like I was like stuck in this mental depression frame of being so isolated by what was around me. And around that time, man, I mean, like hip hop was such a pinnacle of its time, like in the early thousands, like the marketing for it. I remember dudes like, you know, Eminem and Jay-Z and Tupac Shakur and 50 Cent and all these guys had this sort of like attitude and like raw aggression to them of this rhythm and poetry. Like they had this force about them, which was could walk into like any situation or any circumstance with like within their own communities, and nothing would bring them down because like they had this voice which was hip hop. And I kind of was attracted to that, man, from seeing that from day one. And man, like I was like, I don't want to be that, you know, isolated sort of person anymore. I want to try and evaluate myself within whatever this culture, quote unquote, hip hop is. And when I knew from that moment on, man, it just sparked a whole different world and a whole different journey for me. And now it's carved me into the person I am today, man, which is a powerful thing, especially for me, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from there. As far as your influences are, I mean, are there any influences that come up that pop in your mind?
Personally, man, you know, it sounds pretty cliche because I'm a white boy myself, but Eminem, of course. But yeah, man, I mean, I felt that at the first, it was really just dropping down rhymes and stuff for the sake of it. But I felt that, you know, as time went on, if I was really just doing it as a music standpoint and not really, it's kind of like learning a history, man. Like, I mean, not learning where it came from and how it's became so universal from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s until now, I'd be really taking this culture for granted. And I felt that if I really did have those roots behind me and appreciated where it came from, it would make me more of a more influential but also respected MC compared to just someone rapping for the sake of it, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, Eminem is probably one of the people that they look up to in the hip hop world.
Mm.
So I can understand that. Why don't you talk a little bit about your albums? Do you got any albums out? Or are you getting ready to come out with an album? Maybe you'd like to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, two albums, man. So my first one was Ride or Die, and it was just like a sort of a rough demo. It was my first early work to ever experience the studio or even hear myself on the microphone, man. So I still count it as an album, even though it was very rough. That released in 2009 when I was finally coming out of high school. And my second album, Understand Me, which was more of a concept to tell more about my life and how I got into it, and just how like the struggles I dealt with, you know, with depression and anxiety and all that, and how I want to make it in the industry. And that was released in 2013. And it's been from 2013 till now, I haven't released anything, man, because from that, I was doing music for so long that there's got to be more of an avenue in the entertainment industry than just music. And I decided to jump into the acting field for a bit. And that's been stemming me with so much work that I kind of got sidetracked from the music. So, you know, my fans and everything were like, you know, we gotta hear, you know, new music and stuff. And I'm just like, yo, I've been gone from music for so long that, you know, it's time to get back into it. So hopefully this year there'll be a third album, man. And sorry, man, my cameras just went off again for some damn reason. I don't know what's
Yeah,
happening
I
with
was just
my
getting ready to say I lost your picture. I can still hear you though. But
yeah, man, I've got this dodgy ass laptop, man, and I'm trying to get it back on for you. There we go.
there we go.
Cool.
Well, as far as your music goes, you can get that on digital format, or can you actually buy it in stores? Maybe you talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. So you can find it on iTunes. I think it's like $1.20 a track, but you can find it on iTunes, Reverb Nation, SoundCloud. But my main platform that I use, which keeps you up to updates with everything, is on Facebook. So if you type in Mugsy, Mugzy on Facebook, I'll pretty much come up, and yeah, like that's where you can find everything on there, man. Instead of you searching it individually. So yeah, Mugsy on Facebook.
Okay. Well, let's get into the song that we're getting ready to get play in just a moment here. Can you tell us a little bit about it, what the title is, and if there's a story behind it, so forth?
Yeah, so the track that I sent you guys to hopefully listen to is my track Understand Me. So basically it implies just basically about my story of how I came up into this culture of hip hop. But it also just shows an appreciation for it and has a social message of everyone is different in this world, man. And, you know, I feel that because of social media now and how the world is, there's such a very characteristic of judging people by what they like and who they are, and you should be this way and that way. And I mean, man, even with me doing hip hop music, because it's such a black domain of music of what it originated from, you always get the, oh, he's doing the whole, you know, Eminem act and all this crap. And it's like, nah, I really love this culture. And I mean, I'm not trying to portray something I'm not. So whoever wants to do their passion or anything in life and everything's judging them, just understand them, man. Just understand where they're coming from. And that's where Understand Me comes from, man. It just explains my story. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll be watching that in just a moment, but I just want to let you know I think that's about all the time we need right now, but we thank you for coming by, Mugsy. We'd love to have you back sometime if you ever want to come back.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having this interview with me, and don't worry, there's nothing new in the future, man. Like, you know, everything's still the same from the past to the future. So no flying cars and no lightsabers or no the Force yet, you know.
Okay, well, that's good. Okay, and we'll watch that right now, Understand Me by Mugsy, and we'll be right back.
Up on the hip-hop music, just breathing that air for something to use it. It's amazing how these people look at you different, because you're not the same, man, it's just so infant. What do you want me to be, just like you? Nah, 1 + 1 for me doesn't equal 2. How is it when this world works, but these people don't pull you in, so all it does is hurt? No respect and no love. There will never be a change when these people will all rise above. It's a democracy, so approximately my rage will burst out, and all you have to do is just stop with me. Increase the peace at least for once, so we can breathe it out. Oh yeah, getting teased, cause right now we are all crying in the rain, ripping our hair out, going insane, yeah. You don't understand me.
But if the feeling was right, you might comprehend me.
Comprehend me, yeah, come on.
You don't understand me.
You don't understand me.
But if the feeling was right, you might comprehend me.
Now I'm gonna be talking about myself, a lonely wolf, and you're all the wealth. Pointing the finger is like pulling a trigger, blow my brains out. When you call me wigger, you go figure. F you to the pussy, see the baggy jeans and chains that label me like I'm some kind of funny. See, why? Because my skin is white and not black. It's the love for hip-hop, not to be labeled as that. It's a disappointment for your enjoyment as a joke. I feel like grabbing my hands around your throat to choke. I know it's scary, but that's the very thing I'm intent to do. If it comes to that, man, there's no stopping me to you. We all go a little mad sometimes, maybe because all the haters know how to push all the bad lines. Why? Because they just don't like who we are. So what? We are fine to become an inner star, yeah. You don't understand me.
But if the feeling was right, you might comprehend me.
Comprehend me, yeah, come on.
You don't understand me.
You don't understand me.
But if the feeling was right, you might comprehend me.
Why? Why is it when these people say respect all, but they turn into two faces walking down the dark hall? It's because they don't have a change of heart. All they love to do is rip people apart. Dissing is the mission, given their suicidal ignition. A thumbs up for the people to be witnessing. Trust me, I know, I've been through that horror show. Saw the light and thought it was a no-go. But to top it all off, just be yourself underneath. Just look up to the skies and think about the peace. At least because we are that beautiful person. Just to be earning what we are deserving. A little respect, is that too much for the sake of it? And to be awakening from it? No, because we've got something to prove. Coming together as a culture, we have nothing to lose. Yeah.
You don't understand me.
You don't understand me.
But it's the